Hello, I'm Lydia.
And I'm Nicholas.
We present to you Duel-64, a two-player strategy game where each player takes turn buying items or moving around the board to gain victory. The goal is to either kill your opponent, destroy all their buildings, or gain 50 coins first. We created cool items such as Money Tree that explodes and produces 10 coins after 5 turns, and interesting game mechanics where the cost of placing buildings increases as distance increases. Now, let's try out the game. In this game, player 1 has a very aggressive strategy and is approaching fast. Now, player 2 noticed that player 1 only has 2 buildings and the money tree is disappearing soon. They decided to spend the big bucks and buy a spike trap right next to their mine. It's impossible for player 1 to make it back in time and save their mine, and they also don't have enough money to build another building. They tried to kill player 2, but it is much too late by this time.
In this situation, player 1 is getting dangerously close to player 2's base, but player 1 has a trick up their sleeve. They place a money tree on top of one of player 1's mines with the hope of it exploding and destroying all of their mines within 5 turns. Player 1 desperately tries to go back to destroy the money tree. Player 1 even tries to build a mine on top of player 2's money tree, but they do not have sufficient funds to place it that far away. The money tree eventually goes off, killing all of player 1's buildings and letting player 2 win the game. Let's consider another situation.
At the current state of the game, player 1 is within the attack range of player 2, who has a throwing star and can attack diagonally. Therefore, they chose to move to the right by 1 square, so they are safe and can also attack player 1 with their sword.
Now player 2 is facing a similar situation. Instead of moving over 1 square like player 1 did, they chose to place a barrier in front of them to block player 1 from attacking them.
In response, player 1 moved to the spot that is closest to player 2's buildings, so it's easier to destroy them.
To defend their spike trap, player 2 moved next to it so that player 1 will be killed if they attempt to attack the spike trap. This also forces player 1 to retreat to a safe spot. If you think our game looks interesting, please feel free to try it out for yourself. Installing our game is as simple as going to our GitHub page, which is linked in the video description, copying the command from the README, and then just pasting and entering that into our terminal, and then we can see the game runs. Be sure to check out our rulebook using the link in the description.